Hello everyone, welcome back to another Mecha Model Kit review. Today we're taking a look at the Master Grade Justice Gundam from God's gift to this Earth that is Gundam SEED. Now, I'm no SEED fan, and I won't pretend to be one, but I do really enjoy a lot of the designs from the series. Controversial opinion, I know. This is my first time reviewing a Master Grade kit with this new video format, so I hope I'm able to do this kit justice. I wonder how many times I can shoehorn that joke into this video. Now, I should mention, I did not get this kit from Galactic Toys. I got it sent to me by a friend, actually, but they are still my channel sponsor, and I do recommend that you check them out if you want one of these for yourself, or if you want any other models, modeling supplies, etc. Check out their website with the link down in the description and use code YSG10 for an extra 10% off. So this is what the Master Grade Justice Gundam will look like all built up. Obviously this is not a fresh out of box build. As you can see, I did take the time to panel line the whole thing and put all of the decals on. Now, one of my favorite things about the suits from SEED has to be these crazy, like, over the top backpacks that you see a lot of them have, and this one is no exception. The Fathom 00 that the Justice Gundam carries is really awesome and actually has a lot of utility. I mean, it kind of makes the backpack I have IRL look shitty in comparison. I mean, I don't even know why I have this thing. Did you see it? He's wearing a Doge hoodie. That's cool, right? This thing's a piece of shit. This thing does have a handful of pretty cool features, but of course we will get to those in a bit. And even without the extra work that I put into this thing, the aesthetics out of box are great. The sharp sculpt, the proportions, the colors, the surface detail, everything about this kit just makes it something that I'm really happy to have up on my shelf. The pink on the mobile suit really does pop. It looks great without being too bright and obnoxious, and it's great looking, especially when it's up against the pinkish purple of the backpack. Now, as you can probably tell from it just being on my desk here, this is a pretty sizable kit. That backpack adds a lot of bulk, but just for clarity's sake and for the sake of the review, let's do a quick size comparison. Here's the Master Grade Justice Gundam next to the Super Robot Chigoken Volfog, an Amiibo, Astolfo, and the High Grade Justice Gundam. Well, the Master Grade really does kind of make the High Grade look pretty shitty, huh? You suck, I have no use for you anymore.
I wish that I could turn back time.
Now, one thing I did notice about this kit when building is you are going to have to do a decent bit of cleanup when working on the backpack here. Due to the darker plastic and placement of the nubs, there is a decent bit of sanding you're going to have to do if you want to have a good finish. There is some undergating present on the backpack when you're building, but it could have used a little bit more. Also, I am a very big fan of just how the head sculpt on this kit looks. It's so sharp, clean, the color separation is perfect. It's amazing. I mean, if I haven't said it already, this is my favorite suit design from SEED. I just love it a whole lot. Now, I will say the head does have one kind of major drawback, which would be the camera sticker that wraps around the horn on the front of the head here. The sticker on the head wraps around all three surfaces here for the camera area, which really sucks, especially when you realize that on the sides there isn't much area for that sticker to grip onto at all. I'm hoping the top coat I put on this kit will seal it in and prevent it from peeling off in the future, but I guess we'll see. Anyways, the build was excellent too. Basically what you'd expect from a Master Grade kit sporting the SEED 2.0 frame. Overall, at the end of the build, you do get a very solid finished product. The kit feels great to pose. The joints are not too tight. They're not too loose. Everything feels good. I'd like to say this even feels tighter than my Freedom 2.0, although the top coat that I put on this kit may be pulling a little bit of that weight there. The kit is definitely solid enough to put it in any pose that you like without worrying about any sagging happening anytime soon, which is a great thing. I'm really hoping that this kit doesn't loosen up over time, because when I was messing around with my Master Grade Freedom 2.0 recently to put it on a new shelf, I did notice that the frame of that kit, especially in the legs, did loosen up a ton, so I'm really hoping that doesn't happen here. The big thing I noticed was that the legs really sagged terribly on the Freedom, but they stay in place pretty great here, as you can see. However, the solidity of this kit can also be kind of a double-edged sword. It can lead to some problems, and by that, of course, I mean in the hip section. If you've built a Master Grade 2.0 SEED kit, you know what I mean. Now, I can't really get a good shot in there, but the way that the hip joints are assembled does allow for some nice extra mobility when posing this kit. However, the assembly itself is quite fragile, and the way it's built can lead to the entire assembly breaking completely, as many people who've built these kits have reported. I personally have never had this issue, but just to be safe, you should be careful when handling these kits, just like I am. Now is usually the time where I would talk about the seam lines on this thing, but there really aren't any, or at least any bad ones that I can find, so moving along, I guess. Also, I'd like to apologize if this review is not as tee-hee funny as the other ones. Like I said, not a SEED fan. I don't have many clever jokes I can make because I don't don't have the source material to bounce off of. Fucking sue me. I don't know, I figured I'd throw that out there because I hate to disappoint all 10 of you who like my videos. Anyways, let's move on to the accessories because we do have a decent bit to talk about here. So as far as accessories go, for the Justice Gundam, we do get quite a decent bit of stuff here, as you can see. Now, you might notice that none of these accessories are panel line, decaled, or top coated. I don't really plan on displaying my kit with any of these, so I just snap them out solely for the purpose of this review. First up, yes, we do get this action base as an accessory. It comes in the box, and I'm very thankful that it does. The Justice Gundam does have quite a bit of a hard time standing up on its own. Even though the ankles are pretty solid, that backpack does add a ton of weight. Now, I do believe this is actually the action base 1.5 because it doesn't have a screw in the top like I've heard the 1.0 does. It actually has a little locking mechanism right here to keep this top part in place, and it's much more sturdy. Up next, we do have this tiny little 1/100th scale figure of Athrun Zala. At least I think that's his name. I don't know. Again, not a SEED fan. We get this sheet of sticker style decals. Pretty unfortunate because, you know, they do have those ugly borders around them that make them look pretty bad on kits. Would have much preferred water slides, but usually we only see those with Verka kits. Small sheet of foil stickers. Thankfully, these are just for the eyes and the camera. No color correction here. That is a very nice thing to see. We get the shield. It looks very good. I like the colors on this thing, and the details on this are very nice. You can see there's a lot of surface detail going on here. On the back here, we have two handles, one for the hand that flips up and down, one to connect into the arm that can flip around just like that, and this part here flips out. To connect it to the arm, all you have to do is take this peg and stick it in this hole just like that. And then you can adjust it and flip it over. And that is what the Justice Gundam will look like with the shield equipped. Next up, we have the different swappable hands. These are the hands that just peg in and out. I'm a really big fan of these. These are probably actually my favorite kind of hands that come with Gunpla. First up, we have the open expressive hands. Trigger finger hand. Yes, hand. There is only one for the right hand. Closed fist style hands. And these slightly open holding hands. Now, there are two pairs of these that each serve a different purpose, and we'll get into that in 1 second here. Right here, we have the beam sabers. These are pretty simple, no moving parts. They have some nice detail on them. We do get these actually pretty sizable beam saber effect parts. Just put those in like that. Peg that into the hand just like that, and just pop that right into the hand like that. And there's the Master Grade Justice with both beam sabers equipped. Looks pretty cool. Of course, if you don't want the beam sabers equipped, you can always store them. Just take the beam saber effect part out, get this arm out of the way, flip this down, and put the beam saber right in there. It does peg into place, so you'll have a pretty secure connection. The beam sabers do have one more function, and that is you can take both of them and combine them by clicking them together into a double beam saber. Next up, we have these two effect parts. These are used for the beam boomerangs. Those beam boomerangs are actually built into the shoulders. Just take them out like so, unfold them just like that, and stick in that effect part. Next up, you're going to take those other holding hands and you're going to slot in the beam boomerang just like that. Of course, then you just plug them into the hand and they sit in there pretty snugly. Part of me wishes we had some kind of clear wire like you see with the Reborn 100 Yagidoga to pose these mid-flight, but I mean, I just kind of plan on keeping them docked in the shoulders because it looks kind of weird without them anyway. Next up, we have this beam rifle. There's not a whole lot to say, but it does look very good. The detail and the colors on this thing are basically everything you could expect from the Master Grade Justice's beam rifle. There is a reflective blue sticker here that goes over a clear piece for the lens. This handle back here can kick back and open up right here, I assume to get the hand in there a little easier. And this secondary handle can flip down and it can move back and forth, side to side, just like that. Just pop that right into the trigger finger hand, close that up, and again, just plug that right into the hand. And there is the Master Grade Justice Gundam with the beam rifle equipped. Looks pretty good, actually. I might have to panel line this now to display with him. I think that seeing him with it in his hand has actually kind of changed my mind. Alright, last but definitely not least, we have the amazing looking backpack, the Fathom 00. This thing is just insanely cool. There's so much detail to look at here, and it has quite a few features, so let's talk about them. First up, I am going to just take this off the stand, get this out of the way, and we're going to detach this from the mobile suit just to get a easier look at everything we have going on. It does plug into the Justice with this one attachment point here. As you can see, it's very secure. So here's the Fathom 00 all by itself, and it does feel decently good in your hand. I mean, it's a good size. It's got a pretty good weight to it. It's not super heavy, but it feels good. Kind of fun to just you know what I'm saying? First thing I'd like to take a look at are these guns right here. These can move up and down just like this. These can slide forward, although they have kind of a tendency to just come off instead, so you're better off just taking them off and popping them back on wherever you want, although they are kind of tricky to get back in place. The base of the gun here itself also does have a bit of articulation. You can pull them out just like that, and they have a double hinge joint that allows them to bend down that far, and they can point back and forth just like that to kind of adjust the angle of the gun. We also have these smaller turrets here which can pivot back and forth, and you can change the angle of the gun right there. Pretty small detail, but it is appreciated. These fins up here, you can wiggle them back and forth, but I've kind of found that they do tend to pop out a bit, which is a little disappointing, but not the end of the world. The wings here have a few points of articulation. It can spin around at the connection point to the actual backpack there. It can spin around on a second point. Just be careful because that does like to pop out a bit. And it can hinge out just like that. So you do get a pretty good range of motion for posing the wings in any way that you like. Something else that I find very cool is you can lift these flaps up to just kind of extend these thrusters out for when it's in flight mode. It's a very nice touch, very cool piece of engineering here. Of course, we do have these two holes right here. I'll show you what these are for in a minute, but if you're not wanting to leave these exposed, you do get two parts, which I actually forgot to cut out, that cover these. Here's the underside of the backpack. Again, we've got some more nice detail in here, and this is actually a very interesting assembly. What we can do is actually take this out, flip this around, and insert that into there. And what this will let us do is plug this back into the Justice Gundam at a different angle. This will allow it to be in kind of like a flight mode while still attached to the Justice Gundam, and it lets these cannons here sit above the shoulders a little easier. Just make sure that you watch out for the V-fin here, as you will probably end up bumping it into it when transforming it. One last very interesting thing that the Fathom 00 features is the ability to have the Justice Gundam ride on top of it. In order to convert it into this mode, all we have to do is just slide that apart, pop this out just like that, fold that in, and collapse it underneath just like that. Then you're going to want to take this extra adapter they give us and put it in there just like so. Then you can attach it to the action base for a secure connection. After this, you're going to want to go to the bottom of the Justice Gundam's feet, and you're going to want to flip these little pegs under here out. They're in there really securely, so you kind of have to use a tool to get in there to flip them out. I'm not able to do it with my fingers. Just kind of coax them out of there. And once you got those flipped out, these are the pegs that will go into the holes on the Fathom that allow the Justice Gundam to sit on there securely. Just get one in there and one in there. And I don't know about you, but yeah, that looks really, really cool. I'm a really big fan of this. I might want to pose them a little bit more, but I think this is actually how I'm going to display them on my shelf. This is very, very cool. Now, we also do get this one last connector piece, and what this is for is just, you can plug this into the back of the Justice Gundam just like that, and it allows you to attach them to the action base without having the backpack equipped. So this kit does have a ton of value. It comes with a lot of options for display, depending on what you like and what you want to do with this kit. So I don't think it'll come as a surprise at this point when I say that this is a very good looking kit. But of course, every good looking kit deserves to be put in a good looking pose, and you can't pull off a good looking pose without some articulation. We get a ball joint at the head. Sadly, no back and forth motion. Can look up that far and can look down that far, and we get a full 360-degree spin. A little bit of a butterfly joint here, although this whole shoulder assembly right here does slide forward instead of having a full butterfly joint. The cockpit hatch here can actually open up and slide forward, so you can see the pilot figure in there. Shoulders sit on an independent hinge joint. The arms sadly can't move out that far. 360 rotation at the bicep. We do get a double hinge joint here for the elbow, but what you can actually do is pull the lower arm out, and that gives you a full elbow bend. We get two ball joints here at the wrist, one at the wrist cuff and one at the actual wrist, and the thumb sits on a ball joint as well. I took the fingers out because they do kind of like to pop out when I fiddle with this. We get a bit of side to side at the waist here. It can bend back that far and do a slight ab crunch. The front skirting armor is on a hinge joint that sits on a ball joint, so you get a bit of up and down, and it can flip out like that. The side skirt armor can move up and down like that. It can rotate back and forth, and it can flip out just like that. The rear skirting armor can flip down just like that, and it can flip out a bit. The legs can achieve the full splits, and as mentioned before, this assembly in the hips here allows for a further range of motion. Just be careful because it is very fragile. We have one bend at the upper thigh, and that mechanism down there allows for an extended bend. We get a full rotation at the upper thigh. We get a double jointed knee bend that actually has a really cool armor separation gimmick right here. The leg thruster on the back here can move up and down slightly. The ankle can rotate back and forth. We have a bit of movement in the ankle armor here. Here's the foot all the way up and all the way down. And one thing I do really like about these SEED kits is they have a really nice toe bend. You can also slightly extend that foot for a little bit of extra articulation. So that's it for the review of the Master Grade Justice Gundam. First off, I'd like to thank my patrons for continuing to support me. Their names will be up on the screen while I just kind of ramble off my final thoughts of this kit. Overall, I do really like this kit. Now, it might not have mind-blowing articulation, but the visuals, the accessories, and just the overall utility of this kit really is what's going to give you that bang for your buck. So I can definitely recommend this kit to any SEED fans out there. You know who you are. Anyone looking for a kit with some great shelf presence that also has a lot of display options, and anyone just looking for a good master grade to build in general. Again, thank you to my friend ZSWOH on Twitter for sending this kit to me. It was actually one of the kits that I unboxed in my P-Bandai unboxing video. If you want to watch that one, the link will be down in the description. I had a lot of fun building it, and I learned a lot of stuff too, because this was my first time using the Tamiya panel line accent color, and it turned out really well. It was a very nice time saver. It looks very good. And I also learned how to trim out the borders on sticker style decals, which I did for that build. And if you want to learn how to do that yourself, I have a tutorial up. Link to that will also be in the description. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to have another review out soon. Right now, I'm actually working on the BB Legend Command Gundam. I'm planning on doing a full custom paint job of this kit. It'll actually be my very first time fully painting a kit, so kind of looking forward to that. And if it turns out well, maybe I'll do a video on it. But I do have a plan of what I want to review next, so stay tuned for that. But I think that's about it. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you to my patrons, and peace.